Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn Atkins. I'm the Support and Volunteer Officer for Keeping Abreast, and I'm here today with Elaine Scott, who's going to have a video chat with us about her breast reconstruction surgery. Elaine runs the outreach group in Stalham in Norfolk, and it's nice to see you, Elaine. Thanks very much for joining us. And perhaps you could start by just telling us about your original breast reconstruction surgery.
Yes, at the age of 58 in 2005, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had a skin-saving left mastectomy and an immediate reconstruction with the latissimus dorsi, which is the muscle that's used from the back, an implant, and later on I had a nipple reconstruction and 6 chemotherapy sessions.
Okay, so it sounds pretty involved, quite a lot of surgery. So how did you find it all, and were you pleased with the results?
Initially I was very pleased with the results. My mother had had surgery many years ago when reconstruction was not offered, with quite horrendous scars, and I didn't want to look like that. That's why I opted for the immediate reconstruction. It was amazing to start with, but unfortunately my body rejected the first 2 implants, so they both had to come out, and I was left for a year for the body to settle down, and the 3rd implant went in 2007, and that lasted until 2018.
Okay, and then what happened after that? So that sort of came to the end of the lifespan for that implant, did it?
Well, I started with the implant sort of had come higher up in the breast than it was normally, so it felt wrong. It was very tender, it was rather inflamed, and it was rather painful. So I was sent by my GP to the Norfolk and Norwich, and I was scanned, and they told me that the implant had failed. So that was removed in 2016, and a smaller one was implanted in, and that was settled down very well. And then a year later, I had the right breast reduced to match the size of the left one.
Okay, and so am I right in thinking that that implant now will last for a considerable amount of time?
Yes, I have been reassured that with being checked over every 2 years at the hospital, I've been reassured that this will last me quite a long time. And of course it's a different implant to the initial one I had in, so they've all changed as well. You know, the structure of the implants, they've changed.
Yeah, so obviously they're improving all the time, the process and the procedure, and it wasn't necessarily the smoothest road that you've had to travel to get to the point that you are now, but overall, how do you feel about the surgery, and would you recommend it to others, breast reconstruction?
Oh, I think it's amazing. I feel, even though I'm over 70, it's still quite nice to feel feminine and normal. I am so pleased with it, and I would have no hesitation in recommending breast reconstruction to anybody. And the fact that there is so much support and help around, far more than there was years ago, and the Keeping Abreast team are there to help and support you. And when you are seen at the hospital, you are looked at as a whole, as a person, that everything is taken into account: your age, your lifestyle, your medical history. You're given the choices, and that, I think that has made such a difference.
Yeah, I think that's the point, isn't it? And I think in terms of support, the support is now available in so many different ways as well. I mean, obviously through lockdown and COVID and everything that's been going on this year, we've all learned how to be much more technical, and there's Zoom speaker sessions and there's video chats like we're doing, and, people can go online and hear radio interviews and that kind of thing. So I just wondered, before I give out the contact details, if there's anything else that you'd like to add?
I would like to say that I think all of you in the office there, the Keeping Abreast, despite all the lockdown and the COVID, I think you've been there for everybody that's needed help and support. So I thank you for that. Our little group in Stalham, I think it's 11 members. We meet normally about every 6 weeks. Obviously that's impossible at the moment, so I am just ringing everybody and having a chat with them about every month. So if anybody wanted to get in touch with me for Stalham, if they're in that area, perhaps they could come via your website.
Well, they can come via the website, or they can come via the office, or they can come via social media. So whichever is easier. So yeah. So for those watching who aren't really aware where Stalham is, but you're sort of east coast, aren't you, of Norfolk?
Yes. We're on the road towards Wroxham, really, Stalham. Yes.
So near the Broads, basically. So
yes.
Norfolk Broads, and
yes.
and so our main head office is in Norwich, and we're on 01603 819 113, or you can reach us by email, info@keepingabreast.org.uk, or via the website, as Elaine said. We're also on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we are on Instagram. So however people want to contact us, whether you need a chat, whether it's you personally going through breast reconstruction or facing that, or whether you've got a friend or family member who's going through that and you want to be able to support them, maybe your partner, of course we're very happy to put you in touch with one of our registered volunteers like Elaine, and to help you as much as we can. So yeah, thanks very much, Elaine. Really appreciate you being here this morning, and it's great to hear that it's worked out well for you.
Could I just add one thing?
Of course, yeah.
It's just the fact that I've become so involved with volunteering for Keeping Abreast, because it's good for me, and it's good to be able to help new ladies that come to the group. But then your volunteering just doesn't finish with the Keeping Abreast. It encourages you to go on and volunteer for other things as well. So it changes your life. Although, you know, it was a long time ago, it actually brings a lot of joy into your life, and it makes you realise what can bring you a lot of happiness.
Yeah, that's really worth saying. I think volunteering has got a lot of positive benefits, and obviously social benefits as well, because, you know, some of the friends that you make along the way through volunteering, they can stay with you for life, can't they? So
yes.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Elaine.
You're welcome.
And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Thank